Party in Texas has agreed to a new resolution that shifts the party's platform even further to the right.
Yeah, that's right. It was voted on over the weekend at the Texas GOP convention in Houston. And the new platform it's a lot. I'll give you the whole rundown here. It includes a rejection of President Biden's win in the 2020 election. It also rebukes Republican Senator John Cornyn and his bipartisan efforts on gun legislation. And it calls for the Voting Rights Act of 1965 to be repealed. It goes on to agree to, quote, oppose all efforts to validate transgender identity and calls homosexuality a, quote, abnormal life choice, close quote. On top of that, it supports demolishing the Department of Education and promotes teaching students about what it calls humanity of the preborn child.
CBS News political correspondent Caitlin Huey-Burns joins us now from the White House. Hi, Caitlin. So, these are not new issues. And for some on the far right, these have been, talking points for a while. But now it seems that there are enough in the Republican Party in Texas that also share some of these beliefs that it's now becoming their official stance, at least in Texas. So we know Texas is a red state, but how big of a shift does this signal for the party overall? Is there a chance this Texas platform could become the national GOP stance anytime soon?
Well, Tanya, we have seen this view, this false view, questioning the 2020 election, really seeping into wide swaths of the Republican Party. We've watched over the past couple of months and seen that candidates running for federal, state, and local offices talking about these false claims about the election, actually getting elected or getting nominated, I should say, for the party in positions that could potentially have them in places where they are overseeing elections in some cases. Here you have the Republican Party of Texas adopting this as a policy platform, as part of their platform. And you could, dismiss some of this as, far out, fringe kinds of ideas, but they're not if they are included in a state party platform. And this is a kind of situation where, it is significant that John Cornyn spoke there over the weekend, because that shows that this isn't some kind of, small little group that is politically related. This is the Republican Party of Texas. And you have the sitting U.S. senators from Texas and prominent members of the party coming to speak to this particular event. Shows the legitimacy of this group, of course, within the Republican Party. So we're not only seeing it in candidates running for office, in getting nominated into positions in these primaries, but now we're starting to see the party adopt it into its platform at the state level. Now, it is not clear whether this would be adopted at other states, but what we are seeing in the states is this effort to really, roll back or curb voting access. And Texas, of course, was ground zero for that this cycle.
So this is now the official platform of the Republican Party in Texas, but it's a little bit of a slippery concept, because it's not like everyone who's a Republican in Texas stands up and swears to it. It's not like they print it out and tape it up next to their computer all day when they work. So the key question is, how much of it is symbolism and how much of it actually affects the business of governance? And so to get specific on that question, Senator John Cornyn, as you mentioned, he's got these bipartisan efforts to come to some sort of an agreement on gun legislation to sort of ease the burden of mass shootings in this country. Now he's being called out specifically in this platform. Could that stop him from completing these efforts in Congress?
Well, if you are someone like Cornyn and you've had a very successful run for statewide offices, you know the politics in your state really well. And that's why he's been working in this group to kind of tout the things that Republicans were able to keep out of the bill. And he's been really trying to message this as something that does not infringe upon Second Amendment rights. So it is significant that he was booed. But whether it's a deterrent, Cornyn is still part of these talks. They are still, they talked over the weekend. They are still making progress getting towards some kind of legislation, even though they had trouble last week. But Cornyn is not up for re-election for a while. We are in the middle of primaries, so it could be difficult for others, but proceeding with those talks as far as we know.
All right. Caitlin Huey-Burns. Caitlin, thank you very much. We appreciate it.